Hello friends, this video straight line part 18 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched straight line part 1 to part 17. Question says we have to find the coordinates of foot of perpendicular from point minus 1 comma 3 to the line 3x minus 4y minus 16 is equal to 0. Let's draw this. Let's suppose this is the line and the equation of the line is 3x minus 4y minus 16 is equal to 0. This is the equation of the line. There is a point here minus 1 comma 3. There is a perpendicular drawn from minus 1 comma 3 to this line. This is a perpendicular and this is the point P. We have to find the coordinates for the point P. So what is the approach we can follow? One approach we can follow is we can find the, let's suppose this is line L1 and this is line L2. We can first, this is point Q for example, we can first find the equation of line L2 because we have slope of line L1. We can find the slope of line L2. Once we get the equation of line L2 with the slope and one point, and we know that line L1 and line L2 meet at a point P. Since we know that line L1 and line L2 meet at a point P, we will find a common value of line L1 and L2. That is, we will find a common point which satisfies both L1 and L2. Thus, we can get the point. Approach is clear. In the approach, what we are doing, we are first finding the slope of line L1, then we'll find the slope of line L2. Once we have the slope of line L2 and we have one point of line L2, we can find the equation of line L2. Once we have equation of line L1 and line L2, we can equate these two equations and then we can get a common point which satisfies both line L1 and L2, and that is point P. So first thing is we'll take L1. So L1 we have 3x minus 4y minus 16 is equal to 0. We can also write L1 as 4y is equal to 3x minus 16, or we can say y is equal to 3 by 4x minus 16 by 4. If you compare this equation with y is equal to mx plus c, you get m is equal to 3 by 4. So we can say m1 is equal to 3 by 4. This is our first equation. This is the m1 is equal to 3 by slope of line L1. Now let's assume that slope of line L2 is m2. Since L1 and L2 are perpendicular, that is L1 is perpendicular to L2, we have m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1, or 3 by 4 into m2 is equal to minus 1, or we say m2 is equal to minus 4 by 3. So m2 what we got is minus 4 by 3. Correct? Now since for line L2 we have m2 and we have this point, we can form the equation of this line L2. This y minus y naught is equal to m into x minus x naught. Correct? Or we can say y minus 3 is equal to minus 4 by 3 into x plus 1, or we can say 3y minus 9 plus 4x minus 4 or plus 4 is equal to, this is the equation of the line we got. We have just multiplied this with 3, so it becomes 3y minus 9 plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0, or we can say 4x plus 3y minus 5 is equal to 0. This is the equation of line L2. This is the equation of line L2. So now we have equation of line L1 and we have equation of line L2. We'll find a common point. So let's write these equations here. 3x minus 4y minus 16 is equal to 0. This is equation 1, and we have 4x plus 3y minus 5, that is 4x plus 3y minus 5 is equal to equation 2. We'll multiply this equation with 3 and this with 4. So that y is cancelled. This is equal to 9x minus 12y minus 48 is equal to 0. And this equation we get 16x plus 12y minus 20 is equal to 0. You add this, you get 25x, this is 0, minus 68 is equal to 0, or x is equal to 68 by 25. Similarly, if x is equal to 68 by 25, we can find the value of y by putting the x in any equation. So let's put in this first equation only. So the first equation is 3x minus 4y is equal to 16, or 3 into 68 by 25 x minus 4y is equal to 16, or 4y is equal to 3 into 68 by 25 minus 16 into 25 by 25, or y is equal to whatever value we get. This is equal to 204 minus 400 by 25. That comes out to be 196 by 25. So we have got x and y, that is 68 by 25 and 196 by 25. So you understood what we have done here? We have first found the equation of the line L2. Now since we have equation of line L1 and equation of line L2, we solved these two equations together because we wanted to find a common point between line L1 and L2, and we got the answer. So in this question we are told that the perpendicular from the origin to the line y is equal to mx plus c meet it at the point minus 1 comma 2. You have to find the value of m and c. I'll show you what the question is trying to say. This is the line, this is 0 0 origin. There is a perpendicular that is drawn from here. This is 0 0, right, clearly. Perpendicular from this to this point meets at point P, and the P is minus 1 comma 2. And this equation is L1, line L1, and L1 is nothing but y is equal to mx plus c. We have to find the value of m and c. Now this equation, let's suppose this line be L2. Since L1 is equal to y, for L1 the equation is y is equal to mx plus c. For L2 we can say the equation is y is equal to minus 1 by mx plus c1. Why? Because if the slope of line L1 is m, the slope of line L2 will be minus 1 by m. Why? Because L1 and L2 is perpendicular, so m into minus 1 by m, if you see, this becomes minus 1. So product of slope of line L1 and L2 should be minus 1. So this is the equation of line L2. Now we are told that line L2 passed through 0 0. So we'll put 0 0 to be a value here. So this becomes 0 is equal to minus 1 by m into 0 plus c1, or we can say that c1 is equal to 0. Correct? So the current form of line L2 equation is y is equal to minus 1 by m x. Now we are also told that c1 also passes through minus 1 and 2. So we'll say that we'll put this value y is equal to 2 and x is equal to minus 1. So we get x is equal to 1 by 2, or m is equal to 1 by 2. M is equal to 1 by 2. So slope of the value of m is 1 by 2. This we have got now. Correct? Now we can put this value in the first equation. So we get y is equal to mx plus c. or we can say y is equal to x by 2 plus c. Now we are also told that the first equation, also passes through minus 1 comma 2. So we'll also put minus 1 comma 2 here in this equation. So y becomes 2 is equal to minus 1 by 2 plus c, or we solve this, we get c is equal to 2 plus 1 by 2, and that comes out to be 5 by 2. So we have m is equal to 1 by 2 and c is equal to 5 by 2. That is our answer. What we have done here, we have first drawn the graph to understand the problem. The problem says there is a line L1 with the equation y is equal to mx plus c, and then we take a perpendicular from 0, 0 that meets the line L1 at a point P, that is minus 1 comma 2. We are asked to find the value of m and c. We know the equation of line L is y is equal to mx plus c. So the equation of line L2 was y is equal to minus 1 by mx plus c1. We knew that this L2 0, 0 is a point in this. So we have put x equal to 0, y is equal to 0. We got c is also equal to 0. So the current form of line L2 equation is y is equal to minus 1 by mx, c is equal to 0. So y is equal to minus 1 by mx. Now we also told that minus 1 comma 2 also satisfies line L2, because this line L2 minus 1 comma 2 is also part of this. So we have put x is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to 2 in this equation. We got m is equal to 1 by 2. That solves our first part. We want to find the value of m. M is equal to 1 by 2. Now we want to find the value of c. So we have put this m is equal to 1 by 2 in the first equation, y is equal to mx plus c. And then we know that the first equation also passes through, the first line also passes through minus 1 by 2. We have put the values x is equal to minus 1 and y is equal to 2. We got c is equal to 5 by 2. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.